Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Megan Berry here on top of your FSU Love Building. Behind me you can see the National Weather Service perfectly framing that clear blue sky, not a cloud in sight. It's pretty breezy out here. You can see my hair blown in the wind, but temperatures are very nice. Pretty mild this week. We'll peak into the 80s. Tomorrow we might see some rain. Later in the week we're sitting about 20% chance, so just keep an eye out when you're walking in between classes. The key tomorrow though, early morning we might see some fog, so if you're driving your early morning commute, make sure you have those low beam headlights. Give yourself some extra time in the morning so you don't want to speed in that fog. It's very dangerous. So trends are going to continue to stay lovely. Right now I'm enjoying this beautiful evening up here, and you can enjoy it too on campus. Make sure to get outside when it's not raining and enjoy these breezy, beautiful, lovely February temperatures here. Kind of a nice treat. Feeling a bit like summer, making me nostalgic for spring break. Luckily only here in a few weeks, but that's it for On Top of Love Building. We're going to send it down to the studio. FSU weather starts right now. Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student Thanks, Megan, for that beautiful look outside today. Welcome to FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Brittany Bowman.
And I'm student meteorologist Brantley Kike.
And we're definitely seeing those pretty above average temperatures this week, and we're probably not going to see much change.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this weekend was probably the first really warm weekend we've seen all year this year. It was really nice outside. It was a little bit humid too, but those warm temperatures, they're going to continue for the next few days. We could even get close to some records during the daytime highs.
Yeah, I was actually able to sit by the pool this weekend, study by the pool. So it's pretty nice to see such a nice change.
Yeah, it's nice for now, but I guess we have to remember too that it is very far above the average, so we could still get a few cold snaps here and there. I mean, our highs are probably about 15 degrees above average, and our lows 15 to 20 degrees above average. So definitely abnormal for this time of the year.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely be on the lookout for those cold snaps because we aren't out of our winter season quite yet.
That's right.
So definitely keep updated with us, but we aren't the only ones seeing these above average temperatures. Actually, up in the Northeast and New York City, Boston, they have the chance of seeing 70s this week.
And that's really unusual for them too, especially that's going to be a big roller coaster for them because just this past weekend they did see a few inches of snow there, I know, especially along the coast. So that's going to be a big wild change for them as they go into the next few days.
Yeah, a pretty big switch for them going from snow to breaking record heat.
Yeah, the snow's going to melt really quickly and then things are going to warm up. So people are going to be having a good time up there, having to deal with balancing those temperatures out.
Yeah, Boston's actually only seen that 70-degree mark twice on record, actually in 1985 and this month. Wow,
that's crazy. Yeah, so we're going to keep having temperatures here in Florida, though, probably in the low 80s for the next several days in the Tallahassee area. And our average is usually like the low 70s, sometimes upper 60s. So it's definitely going to be a lot warmer than normal.
Yep. Well, Kyle, let's take it out to you, and you can tell us more about what to expect this week.
Thanks, guys, and good evening, Tallahassee. I hope you all managed to get outside today because it was beautiful. A bit on the warm side, though, and that's reflected in our almanac. You can see our high today was 83, only 3 degrees below the record of 86 and well above the average of 68. And our low was 61, well above average of 43, nowhere near the record of 20. Current temperatures around the area here in Tallahassee, 77, which is about middle of the pack for the region. 77 in St. Mark's, a bit higher as we go north of us, 79 in Bainbridge, 79 in Thomasville. As you head down toward the coast, you see temperatures are a little bit lower there, 72 in Carabel and 71 in Apalachicola, where they have that nice breeze coming off the Gulf to kind of keep things cool. Current dew points throughout the region are a little bit higher than we might normally have this time of year, keeping in mind the higher the dew point is, the more hot and muggy. So 59 in Tallahassee isn't too terrible, but as you head down toward that coast, with that Gulf breeze comes some moisture, so going to be a little more humid. 67 in Carabel, 67 in Apalachicola, and up north of us, about the same as what we're seeing here, 59 in Quincy, a little higher, 63 in Bainbridge, and 59 in Mariana. Current winds mainly coming out of the south throughout the region at 6 miles per hour here in Tallahassee, 6 miles per hour in Quincy, also from the south. Coming out of the southeast at about 9 miles per hour in Mariana, and down toward the coast, again out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour in Apalachicola. Satellite and radar, you can see north of us, there is this cold front with a lot of rain and moisture north of us, but that's going to kind of move down toward Atlanta, but not really reach us. So we might see the fringes and get a little bit of moisture the next coming days, but really nothing that's going to impact our area too much. And as we focus back in our region, you can see satellite and radar showing really nothing that would be concerning to us. Again, just the fringes of that cold front up here, but in our area, no moisture, no humidity, nothing like that really. Tonight's forecast should be a bit higher than average for this time of year as we head into spring. 61 degrees, a little warmer than we're expecting. There will be fog in the AM tomorrow, but wind should be pretty calm. And looking ahead to tomorrow, 82 degrees, about 20% chance of rain. Afternoon showers are possible, so be prepared for that. Make sure you grab an umbrella if you're going to be heading out in the afternoon. And 5-day forecast, as we look ahead, temperatures throughout the week are going to be in the 80s. 83 tomorrow, so that 20% chance of rain. 82 on Wednesday, again with a 20% chance of rain. Cloudy on Thursday and Friday, mostly sunshine, 82 and 81. 20% chance of rain on Friday, but sunshine on Saturday, 81 degrees. Should be a really nice weekend. But for now, I'm going to hand it over to Michael, who's going to give us a look at the southeast.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. The story across the southeast is very similar. We have this dome of high pressure here controlling the weather across the entire southeast. Therefore, it's really warm. You can see all these clouds streaming up and above that high pressure. This front, as Tyler was saying, is going to move slightly towards Atlanta, and then it will begin to stall out, as we've been saying for the last few days. You'll see here the current temperatures well into the 70s everywhere across the southeast. 79 in Montgomery, 77 here in Tallahassee, 74 in Atlanta. You can actually see some greens here. That is the wedge, the cold air damming, where you get that high pressure moving colder air south. But it is breaking down. It's going to break down as we go into the evening, and those southerly winds will allow warm air to even get up to the northeast, as we were saying earlier. 70s in D.C. and in New York City, which is really warm for this time of year. Again, the dew points are high across the entire southeast, with 59 here in Montgomery and 61 in Tupelo. There's a lot of moisture in the air, and as a result of that, you're going to get some morning fog and low clouds basically every morning everywhere across the southeast. Now, these dew points are higher, especially across the northern tier of the southeast. We did have a cold front move through this weekend. That cold front became a warm front. As a result, it moved north, and therefore the moisture has returned in Tupelo and in Little Rock, where your dew points are 11 and 13 degrees higher than this time yesterday. Now, the water vapor shows a similar story. All the moisture is going around this high pressure. High pressure is dominating across the southeast, keeping us dry and tranquil for the time being. And it's going to be like this for the rest of the week. As a result of high pressure, you'll see all these showers still moving around that high pressure. We see that front starting to sneak its way into the southeast. You see it approach Mississippi and Alabama, but as a result, it's going to stall out. And this whole area over there is going to get a lot of rain over the next week. But for tonight's forecast, 50s and 60s across the entire southeast, some 70s down here in South Florida. It's going to be really warm. This is really warm air for this time of year. So expect this for the next week or so. And for tomorrow, you'll see a lot of cities across the southeast are expecting record highs. Here are the records for all these southeast cities. We might get to 84 degrees here in Tallahassee tomorrow. That is pretty possible if we get enough sun to start out the day. But for tomorrow's forecast, you see 85 we're expecting in Tallahassee, so that will break a record high if we get there. 85 in Montgomery, that would also break a record for this time of year. Similar story in Atlanta, that will break a record. But you see that front starting to make its influence. It won't reach the southeast as we go into the later part of the week. Well, we'll see what happens into next week. But for now, let's send it back to the desk where Tyra and Megan are standing by.
Thanks so much, Michael. So temps are looking pretty nice.
Yeah, I like the heat more than the cold, that's for sure.
Yeah, and since it's warming up a bit, we actually have some outdoor activities and a couple indoor activities happening this week. Let you guys know about those if you want to get out to a couple of them.
Exactly. So first up, we have the Addams Family. FSU is putting on the play production. They just showed the movie at the SLC. So if you saw that and liked it, make sure you head over. That's going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Students are only $5. Our tickets are only $5 for students. So make sure you head out and support our theater group.
I actually have a friend who's in the show, and she said,
really?
I mean, a little biased, I think, but she said it's a really good show this year and had a great turnout. So make sure you guys are able to go support it. It's on campus at the Fallon Theater and on campus in Tallahassee. So totally doable for anyone who has a night to spend doing something.
No reason not to.
Yeah. We also have an advanced screening of Game Night at the SLC. It actually started tonight at 6. They're doing a couple board games beforehand.
Yeah, stuff like that. Because the story of the movie basically is a couple friends get together for game night. It's like a murder mystery kind of thing, and then actual criminals come and they have to, solve that situation. So if you got a pre-screening pass, head there. You're already late. Hopefully
Go! Turn the TV off.
Run, yeah.
So that was some fun tonight. For tomorrow at 6, there's actually a vigil for the Parkland shooting victims. It's at the integration statue. That'll be something very sweet and memorable to go to. If you're able to kind of make it, maybe if you're walking out of a late class or if you're near campus, definitely stop by and join that service if you have time.
Especially if you're from South Florida like I am from that area. It might be nice to head out there. Maybe you know friends who were affected by it. So it's just a really great way to go and support them, what's happening.
Definitely. And on a lighter note, there are some free belly dancing classes every Tuesday. I know you've been making every cut. You've been at the belly dancing classes.
For sure, yeah. I wish. That would be an improvement on my current dance moves.
Actually, on campus at the Globe Room, 2600 every Tuesday. And like I said, totally free. If you want to learn a new skill or just pop in and see what you got as far as belly dancing goes.
Have some fun. No reason not to go if you're interested.
Yeah, it could be totally fun. And for Saturday at 9, we have free college admission for students at the Tallahassee Museum.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's basically almost like a little zoo. They have lots of animals and obstacle courses you can do. Really fun, and it's free. So if you're free Saturday, go ahead and check it out.
Could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for right now, we're going to take it over to Brittany, who has a look at some of our local weather.
4 hours. We're seeing that temperature at 67 last night and 62 at 1 a.m. is when we saw our low. And as the night and the day began to progress, we saw the temperature when we woke up at about 64 degrees, 67, and we made it actually up to 80 degrees at 1 p.m. So we did see that 80-degree mark, and we slightly cooled off to 79 degrees. Current temperatures around the area are looking pretty similar. We're in the upper 70s throughout the area, 77 again in Tallahassee. Bainbridge seeing 79 degrees, and Apalachicola, little cooler down there, 71 degrees. So if you're at the beach down there, it's feeling pretty nice down there. Current dew points, this green color indicating those upper 50s and lower 60s. We're more humid again at the coast down in Carabel and Apalachicola. We're seeing pretty muggy conditions as that high pressure is dominating our area and giving us those pretty clear skies. You may have seen a couple clouds pass over today, but for the most part, that sun really allowed us to warm up and hit that 80-degree mark. These current winds are coming out of the south due to that high pressure sitting off to our northeast. We're seeing that clockwise flow that's allowing all that moisture from the Gulf to rise and giving us those pretty humid conditions. And we're seeing pretty brisk winds, 13 in Dothan and also 10 in Pensacola. Breeze is probably making your day feel pretty nice. But for tonight, we're going to see those above average temperatures, 61 degrees, and we're probably going to see some fog in the AM as we've been seeing the last couple of days, but the wind should calm down for tonight. And for tomorrow, we will hit 82 degrees. Afternoon showers are possible. They won't last long. They'll be a quick little pop-up, so bring an umbrella if you have class in the afternoon, just in case you get stuck in that. Winds coming out of the east-southeast at 5 miles per hour. And looking at the 5-day forecast, we're seeing pretty much of the same. We're seeing those low 80s as the week goes by. 20% chance of rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, and as Thursday and Friday come along, again, that 20% chance of rain is on Friday. But when you look at Saturday, it's a beautiful day to get outside, enjoy the pool, even make a trip down to the beach. We'll see that high at 81 and a low at 61 with those sunny skies. But for now, let's head it off to Megan to take a look at the national picture.
Thanks so much, Brittany. So yeah, temperatures are looking pretty mild here in Florida. Can't really say the same for the rest of the nation. We're seeing quite a bit of a divide in temperatures. You can see the southeast region looking pretty orange, mild, cloudy. We have a high pressure system out here in the Gulf giving us that consistent warm temperature. As you can see up here in the northwestern part of the U.S., things are very different. 3 in Billings right now, 11 in Denver, 30 in Salt Lake City, and 60 in Phoenix. So it does feel like winter to them right now. We can see exactly why that's happening here on our satellite and radar. They did get a bit of a cold front up here in Billings and Salt Lake City. We see a lot of precipitation right across the central U.S., kind of giving us that divide in temperatures. So warm southeast, cold northwest, pardon me. So a very divided nation right now as far as temperatures go. We can take a look at that satellite and radar with that rain and snow on it. We see a lot of snow up here in Billings, in Denver. Denver got a huge temperature change. We'll see that in a minute with that cold front that just passed through their region. Dallas and Memphis, we can see a lot of cloud coverage. They're getting some precipitation up here in Iowa, Detroit, Boston. So they're getting a bit of a cool off. And as you can see over here in the southeast, southeast, things are staying pretty clear and just kind of muggy and humid. So not very nice, but we're not getting a lot of rain. Look at this temperature change. We actually broke our scale here. You can see we don't even get that dark of a color right here. Look at that, negative 55. They are 55 degrees cooler in 19 hours in Denver. That is nuts. In Salt Lake City, they're 8 degrees cooler, so not as big of a change. Albuquerque, 6 degrees cooler. Dallas, they are warmer by 15 degrees. Memphis, warmer as well. Atlanta, warmer as well. Just look at this crazy difference here. We see a lot cooler and a lot warmer. So depends on what part of the country you're feeling like visiting. Do you want to cool off or do you want a bit of a warm up? Current dew points right now, once again, that divide here. We see 70 in Miami, 65 in New Orleans, 61 in Dallas, so pretty muggy in the southeast. Northwest, different story. 7 in Denver, 17 in Salt Lake City, 11 in Seattle, so they're pretty cool up there. Us down here, muggy is the story for the week. We can take a look at our water vapor and show us exactly where that precipitation was shown on the map. Look at all that upper level water vapor. That green is showing us that humid air. Down here we see the warm air here in South Florida. So no rain, dry air, but still feels pretty sticky out here because we're getting that breeze from the Atlantic. Tonight's forecast, we can see Washington, D.C. is sitting at 49 for tonight, Atlanta at 50, Tallahassee 60, so it's a mild night for us. The northwestern region is going to be feeling very chilly. They're not going to go outside tonight. Negative 15 in Billings, 25 in Seattle, 33 in Albuquerque. So they're wearing quite different apparel than us tonight in Florida. Tomorrow's forecast, interesting thing I wanted to point out here, Washington, D.C. is at 78 tomorrow. They actually felt snow Saturday night, so they probably are very confused with their weather up there. Snow, and then a few days later, they're feeling 78. Dallas, 74, Albuquerque, 47. So just kind of a rainbow coloring book effect across the nation tomorrow. So make sure, pay attention to what weather you're going to be feeling tomorrow. We're going to send it back to the desk with Brentley and Michael.
All right, thank you, Megan. Now, as we were just talking about for these warmer temperatures, this past weekend was the first time we really saw temperatures warm enough to spend an extended period of time outside. So yeah. I know a lot of people were at the beach or at the pools, and I definitely saw a few people that had some sunburns today.
There were a lot of people outside on Landis enjoying the sunshine. But with that, you have to remember about your skin as well.
Yeah, that's right. So now as we get into these warmer temperatures, it's important to remember about the UV index. So the UV index is on a scale of 0 to 12, and for the next several days, it will be the first time this year that we'll have a high UV index of 6 or 7 on the index there, and it's just going to keep on going up as we get closer to summer.
Yeah, we finally had that higher sun angle, and that's the reason why we're getting those higher UV indexes. It's not really because of the heat, it's that higher sun angle. And
yeah, exactly. But yeah, now that it's warmer, people are going to spend more time outside. So it's important to just try to cover up and take precautions when you're outside.
Yeah, and also like when you're at the beach, all that sand and water, it actually reflects those UV rays, and so you can actually get more UV radiation that way because of the reflection.
Yeah, that's a good thing to remember, is that those sand and water do help reflect the UV rays. So a good thing to do to help protect yourself, the most important thing is to wear sunscreen, SPF 30 at least, and reapply every 2 hours or after you swim. You can also wear sunglasses or hats. I personally recommend wearing sunglasses that are polarized because they help cut off the glare and help block some of the UV rays. Yeah, and
for me, I don't have to worry about sunglasses. If you have glasses with transitions, what I do, so that also helps. And also remember to reapply your sunscreen. Sunscreen doesn't last forever. You always have to reapply it so that's effective on protecting your skin.
That's right. Yeah, there's no such thing as a safe tan. A lot of people think that sometimes after they get their first sunburn or two of the season that they're safer, but a base tan actually only protects your skin up to an SPF of level 4. So it really is not providing that much protection. You need to be wearing sunscreen at least SPF 30, especially if you're out here in Florida every day.
Yeah, with that very high sun angle, eventually getting into the summer months, that's going to become a big deal about sunscreen and protecting your skin.
And speaking of warm temperatures, we're going to take a look at other places around Florida with Tyler at the wall.
Thanks, guys. And just like we're seeing up here, temperatures throughout the state have been higher than usual. In Tallahassee, we're up to 77 degrees with some clouds. 72 in Pensacola, so it's a bit colder there. But as we move down throughout the rest of the peninsula, you can see 77 in Orlando, 85 in Tampa, 78 in Miami, and 78 in Key West. So those temperatures rising the further down in the state that you go. And looking at satellite and radar, there's really not much affecting the state. Here in South Florida, you can see there's a little bit of moisture, a little rain that's affecting them. And you can see that cold front way up here that's going to stall out around Atlanta. But in our area and throughout most of the state, no moisture really to worry about. Current dew points around the state are a little higher than we would expect, so that means it's feeling more hot and muggy than we would normally have this time of year. In Tallahassee, we're not really getting the worst of it, only 59, but moving down, 66 in Orlando, 68 in West Palm Beach. It's even getting into the 70s down way in South Florida, 70 in Miami, and 70 in Key West, so feeling very humid down where I'm from in South Florida. And that is really illustrated here with our water vapor graph. You can see all this orange down here is really dry air. So all this dry air here throughout the state, not much here in Tallahassee. And then this green up here is water vapor from that front that's stalling out around Atlanta. So nothing really affecting our area or most of the state, but lots of dry air when you get down south. Current winds mainly coming out of the east and pretty hard throughout the state. Here in Tallahassee, out of the south at 6 miles per hour, but in Orlando, out of the east at 17 miles per hour. 17 miles per hour in West Palm Beach, 17 miles per hour in Miami. So lots of strong winds coming out of the east throughout the Florida peninsula. There are some watches of warning throughout the state. Down south, you can see there's some small craft advisory. And as we move up northwest of us, there are some flood watches, or I'm sorry, some flood warnings, which are these little green, almost squiggle lines here. And then these big green blocks, those are the flood watches, and they start getting a lot of the rain from that front. So if you're in these areas, make sure to watch out. Stay up to date with your flood watches and warnings because you don't want to get caught out in a flash flood. Futurecast radar, really not much in our area. You can see some areas of water vapor around South Florida and some north of us, but here in Tallahassee and throughout North and Central Florida, not much to worry about as we head into the next couple of days in terms of moisture, rain, things like that. So some will kind of move up into our area as we move along. Tonight's forecast, things are going to be a bit warmer tonight, 60 here in Tallahassee and 66 in Pensacola. As you move down, it gets warmer, 66 in Orlando, 68 in Tampa, and in the 70s tonight in South Florida, 74 in West Palm Beach and Miami, 75 in Key West. So pretty warm night for us. And Tuesday's forecast, you're going to see there are going to be some clouds in our area and up to 85 degrees in Tallahassee and 80s, 85 in Tampa, 85 in West Palm, 84 in Miami. So a pretty hot day tomorrow. But for right now, I'm going to hand it off to Brantley, who's going to give us a look at some local weather.
All right, thank you. But first, before we get to the local weather, let's take a look here at our big picture. We can see all these rain showers moving through the middle parts of the country right here. And on the other side of it, we have high pressure that's building out here towards the east of Tallahassee. That's going to help with some clockwise flow that's going to bring moisture from the Gulf up into the Tallahassee area. That's why it's been feeling so humid outside the last couple of days. Currently inland, it's 77 degrees here in Tallahassee, and along the coast in places like Apalachicola and St. Mark's, 72 under partly cloudy skies. The dew points and the wind are a little bit higher along the coast there where they have that Gulf moisture moving in towards the inland parts here in Tallahassee. 77 in Tallahassee, 74 in Panama City, even cooler on the other side there of the bend. Current dew points 59 in Tallahassee, and along the coast we do see it over there in the mid to upper 60s for places like Panama City and Pensacola, where they have the Gulf moisture there with those winds that are helping bring all of that water vapor up towards the land there. It's 13 miles per hour out of the southeast for Panama City, a little bit less as you head farther inland, 6 miles per hour out of Tallahassee. So our 24-hour temperature change, we have really not much to talk about here. It's only about 1 degree warmer than what it was yesterday, so feeling very similar to what it was this weekend, and that's going to be the trend as we head into the next couple of days too. Tonight's forecast, we have a low tonight of around 61 degrees under partly cloudy skies. The temperatures are going to be remaining very much above average. So we're going to have temperatures tonight 15 to 20 degrees above the average. And then we're also going to have some fog tomorrow morning like we've seen the last few days as well. So that make sure on your morning commute that you use your low beam headlights and take a little bit extra time as you head to work or school. Tomorrow, though, a few afternoon showers are possible as we get sort of towards back to our summer pattern here. We have mostly temperatures in the low 80s with a lot of sunshine there. So again, like we were saying earlier, make sure you wear your sunscreen or a hat and sunglasses. And if you do plan on going to the beach, it will be a nice day for it where winds are going to be out of the southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Surf only at about 2 to 3 feet. But again, that UV index is going to be very high. And there's also a little bit of a rip current risk. There's not any type of advisory up for it, but with the wind coming straight onto the beach like that and the surf, there is that rip current risk. So make sure you take precautions if you're out there swimming. And as you take a look at our 7-day forecast, we see temperatures here in the low 80s for the next several days with partly cloudy skies, maybe a little bit more sunshine at times. And now we're going to take it back over to the desk with Brittany and Tyler.
Thanks, Brantley. Now, I don't know if I'm too much of a fan of this warmer weather.
Oh, yeah?
It's nice for the beach, it's nice for the pool, but I'm still in the mood for some of those winter months.
No, not me. I love the heat. I cannot stand the cold. So about like a week or two of cold is fine, but once we get to about springtime here in Florida, I'm ready for those 70s to come
It was
back.
definitely a pretty nice day. I was able to walk my dog today. The wind really helped with the heat, so it was pretty beautiful, a nice walk. And we're going to see those similar conditions for the next 8 days. We have a small chance of rain today, or I'm sorry, tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. But other than that, we're looking at pretty nice conditions, sunny skies, and those highs in the lower 80s.
Yeah, not bad at all, especially on Saturday, all that sun. If you want to head out to the Tallahassee Museum, that's the day it's free. So, it can rain all during the week as long as it's sunny on the weekends.
Yes.
I couldn't care less.
Yes, if it's raining while we're in class, I don't think we're going to mind. But when we finally have that chance to be outside, those sunny conditions should be pretty nice.
Exactly. And, a little rain never hurt anybody. So if we got to rain a little bit earlier on in the week, no big deal.
We did have a lot of rain last week that helped with our drought conditions, so that was nice. And we still could use some to help with that improvement in our area.
Yeah, because, Florida's always looking for rain. I feel like we're always in a drought. So it is always really nice when we do get heavy rain, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, this definitely is our drought season, but as we approach those summer months, we'll get that sea breeze again, and that's actually where our chance of rain comes from. Those small showers that are possible could be from a small sea breeze.
Okay, and then only possible in the afternoon, right? So hopefully nothing in the morning. So if you have morning classes, probably don't need to bring an umbrella, but if you have stuff in the afternoon, make sure you grab one or a rain jacket or something.
Yes, definitely. You don't want to be caught in wet while you're in class while it's raining.
I know I've been caught out way too many times without an umbrella or anything, so definitely do not want that at all.
Yes, but definitely follow us on social media. We have a bunch of social medias you can follow us at. Follow us on Twitter, /FSU Weather.
Yeah, tweet us. Make sure you like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather.
Also, you can watch us live on YouTube for those parents out there watching us, /FSU Weather/live.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. Send us pics of the weather outside. Send us pics of you. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up reposting it.
Yeah, and any questions you have or any even requests for the show, if you'd like to see, definitely let us know. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're constantly checking those social medias every day.
Yeah, only kind criticism, please. But
yes, positive feedback.
Yeah, constructive. Yeah. No, but make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you keep up with us. To everybody who's watching, thank you for tuning in as always.
Yes, and enjoy those nice conditions as the week goes on. Take advantage of those 80s, get outside, and enjoy your week.
But for now, I'm student meteorologist Tyler Bird.
And I'm student meteorologist Brittany Bowman. Have a good night.